for the future. Our country wants to look forward to the future. And at this
Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today TV. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the closing action on the D Street, starting from the benchmark index moves to sectoral action and all the stocks that are buzzing the most. We'll get you expert views and the strategies that are recommended to you for individual stocks as well on this show. We'll be joining by an expert very shortly, but first up a quick check on how the markets are doing at this point in time. The Nifty and the Sensex have recovered quite sharply from the lows of the morning trade. You can see a flattish to a green screen now as far as the benchmarks are concerned. So the Nifty is not just back above 19,400. You can see 19,430 right now. Of course, there's just a minor gain of 3 odd points. The Sensex up 93 odd points at 65,413. Let's also see whether the broader markets have also been adding on to the relief rally that we are looking at in the second half of the trading session towards the end of the session as well. The mid and the small caps, the Nifty Bank. Let's see all of them and see where are the gains really coming in from. So the broader markets are still sulking, especially the small caps are really down by 0.7% odd. So though perhaps the worst performing, bigger sectoral index when we talk about the fall that we are seeing in the small caps today. Mid caps just down by about 0.1%. Let's look at the Nifty Bank and all the other constituents right there, the financials, the PSU banks and the private banks, to see if there is any support coming in from that one as well. In terms of the Nifty Bank, it's just 0.25% down. 1 week, there has been a slide on the Nifty Bank front as well. Currently 44,079, although it's recovered from the morning lows as well. Now let's also look at the PSU banks, the financial services and the private banking index as well. So the PSU banks have similarly recovered from the day's low, but still down by 0.7% odd. The private banks, for example, are flattish with 0.08% of a move on the downside. Financial services are down by 0.4%. Among the gainers, however, it's the IT stocks that are pulling up the markets higher. FMCG stocks also 0.5% up in trade right now among the major movers. On the Nifty gainers front, so therefore you can see Infosys as the top gainer, 1.6% higher at 1394. Divis Laboratories is up by 1.5%. However, we have seen, the profits really looking sluggish in this quarterly earnings. HUL from the FMCG pack is really pulling up not just the Nifty FMCG index, but also the markets higher too. Reliance Industries, the other big heavyweight that's really moving up the markets higher, 25.75 currently, 1% higher for RIL shares today. L&T, the big capital goods major, also supporting the market move, and Tata Consumer Products from the FMCG basket again, that's up by 1 odd percent. On the downside, however, you will still see a whole host of stocks coming in from, say, the Adani stocks. They are under pressure today, so we'll revisit these stocks as well. 3.2% down for Adani Enterprises at 24.57. The metal stocks are declining too. JSW Steel, Hindalco both down by 2.5% odd as well. Let's welcome our guest on the show. Mr. Brijesh Ale joins in from IDBI Capital. Welcome, Mr. Ale, and thank you so much for taking the time out for this discussion. First up, your thoughts on the markets. We've been seeing a lackluster, sideways kind of a move on the markets over the last 1 week, 10 days odd. Your thoughts on where are the markets headed? What do you see on the charts right now?
Yeah, good afternoon, Sakshi. So the view on the market was bearish. So eventually, when the Nifty broke 19,500, we believe that the Nifty is going to make a journey towards the 19,000 level. So today almost it has came close to 19,250, and again there was a recovery in the closing out. So now looking at the chart pattern, I do believe there would be some recovery. Eventually, the breakdown has come from the level of 19,600. So minor pullback towards 19,600 is on very much on the cards. So having said this, I believe this 19,600 will be the maximum pullback, and the fear of this 19,200 being broken is very high because this is for the entire month. So I believe this 19,600, 19,800 will be the resistance zone. Pullback should be viewed as a exit opportunity because maybe there is a possibility market may come close to 19,200, 19,000 level over the next couple of days. This week is a truncated week, so definitely there's a holiday. There are a lot of call writers who have been extremely active at this price. More than Nifty, I think Bank Nifty was one which has given the negative bias to the market. So 44,500 is the trigger for the Bank Nifty. As and when, and the targets which you are talking for the Bank Nifty on the downside is 43,000. So definitely now Axis Bank, ICICI Bank are the few counters which has taken support. So this is why I believe the market has seen some amount of bounce, and even on the Nifty, Nifty has taken support at the 50-day moving average. So it's a timing support. Maybe some pullback is expected in the market, but then directionally we are a bit cautious. We believe this 19,200, 19,000 level will be retested maybe in couple of days.
Okay. Any particular stocks on the Nifty or the Nifty Bank that you are now trading in, any STBT, BTST calls that you would like to share with all our viewers?
Pharma is one space where the momentum is there, even the structure is very positive. I think Sun Pharma is one space where I think the momentum will be there. Sun Pharma, and then I would be liking to take a bet on the Tata Consumer. So this is the two bets. I think one should look at this. This would be more of like a BTST kind of a trade setup. So somebody wants to take a overnight position can take a safe bet on the Sun Pharma and Tata Consumer.
Okay, Sun Pharma. Any targets right there for the traders who may be wanting to trade these stocks? Sun Pharma and Tata Consumer Products both?
Yeah. So, talking of this Sun Pharma, it's 1170 to 1180 would be the upside range for the Sun Pharma. So that should be 1 or 2 day target for the Sun Pharma. And if I talk to the Tata Consumer, this will come close to 890 levels on the higher side. So that should be the trading bet for the Tata Consumer.
Okay, okay. Apart from this, how are you looking at the Adani Group stocks? They've all been trading down today. Of course, there is the Sebi, information that they have asked the court for about 15 more days to submit the final report on the Adani Hindenburg case in the Supreme Court. And of course, there's this news flow that the auditor has also, pulled out from the group firm as well, and the stocks have been under pressure from the morning trade. Even now, the flagship firm Adani Enterprises is down by 3% odd at 2460 odd levels. Would you be using this opportunity available in the market today to buy the declines in any of the Adani stocks? Any favorites do you have from this pass?
If I do look at the Adani port, which is one of the strongest bet, so Adani port has seen its. If you talk for the last 10-15 days, there has been a rally in the counter, and with the news, I think this is a buying opportunity because somehow the structure of the Adani port is very strong positive. The near-term resistance for the Adani port is close to 900 to 950 zone. So definitely, I believe this today's decline can be an opportunity to make a re-entry in the counter, because in the near term, if you look at the 900 is the resistance zone. So I think that should be the short-term target for the Adani port. So this should be viewed as a buying opportunity. I don't think there will be more damage to this. Structurally, the charts are very positive for the Adani ports.
Okay. Some of the other result reactions right there. Nykaa shares slipped intraday 11% odd as well. We saw Patanjali Foods tanking 5% after Q1 profits slumped 64%. Divi's Laboratories, the stock is up, but the profits halved to 356 odd crore rupees. How are you looking at these particular stocks post the earnings?
Nika was been an underperformer over the last couple of weeks. So whatever there was a probability of Nika being if it have crossed the 150 level, then there would have been some strength in the counter. But now exactly it has met with resistance at the 150 mark, and now the Nika is corrected down. So if I'm looking at the technical point of view, then I think it's not looking that great. There is a possibility it might come again back to 120 levels. So if somebody has got stuck in the counter, I think one should make a exit is what it looks like, because the near term outlook for the Nika doesn't stand that positive.
Okay, understood that. What about Patanjali Foods and Divi's?
Patanjali, the counter is extremely positive. I think this corrective move today, whatever the low we saw, is again met with the supporter 200-day moving average. So technically, it looks quite strong. So this can be viewed as a buying opportunity. There is no clear-cut trade setup, but then if one has to take a view, 1400 is what it looks like. 1400, 1450 can be the highest at range. The only reason I'm taking this bet because the monthly and the quarterly charts are quite positive. So I think that should be this whatever the declines which we are observing in the daily chart can be viewed as a buying opportunity, and one can bet for 1450, 500, 1500 on the upside.
Okay, understood that. How are you looking at PVR shares as well? I mean, over the weekend, we did see some of the, movies really doing very well at the theaters. Gadar, oh my God, 2. And the stock has reacted quite positively, 4.5% up in trade as well for PVR Inox at 1710. After a long time, we are seeing this level come back on the stock. Your thoughts on how are you looking at PVR as an investment opportunity right now?
PVR is after a very long time. I believe the PVR is slowly turning positive because in the last couple of days when it moved above 1600, that was the very first time it has turned positive. So I think PVR will have some positive momentum because it's slowly the charts are moving into a positive territory. So I think the PVR will be the continuation of the trend might be seen towards the 1900 level. If the market support, the market is not supporting. So, but then if the market supports and everything goes right, then PVR can head towards the 1900 levels. So it looks quite positive on charts.
All right. Well, thanks a lot then, Rajesh, for sharing with us all those insights on various stocks that we've discussed today and the strategies that you've recommended to all our viewers as well. With that, the markets look mixed as far as the benchmarks are concerned, just about 25 points higher for the Sensex. So the volatility is still continuing to impact the move in the markets. 19,415 currently for the Nifty. It's again turned red by just about 13, 14 points odd down in trade. About 7 minutes remaining for the markets to shut shop. We'll keep an eye out on how the markets close on the top levels. But below the surface, a lot of opportunities do exist, just like how Brajesh also shared. We'll continue to watch out for more market trends for all of you. And until then, here's wishing you a very happy Independence Day going forward.
Let's now focus on how you see portfolios shaping up. If one by one you could share your picks which you would want to add in the portfolio at current levels, it would be wonderful, Mayuresh.
Absolutely. Morning, sir. So two aspects here. One, in terms of what we are looking at Marketsmith India. One of the stocks within the broader markets is Kirloskar Oil Engines. If you look and deep delve into this company, one of the largest